I'll be rating the Premier League Big Six signing this summer. And we all know when you talk about the Big Six in the Premier League, you talk about Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, and Manchester City. Now, before I go to the rating, I would like to look at the players these teams brought in. Okay, so let's start from Manchester United. Manchester United brought in Matheus Cunha, Brian Mbeumo, Sesko, Lamens, and Leon. Now for Chelsea brought in Estava, Joao Pedro, Gittins, Garnacho, Hato, Dilap, Esugo, and Facundo. Now for Manchester City brought in Sheki, Donnarumma, Trafford, Rangers, and Antony. Now for Spurs brought in Danso, Te, Kudus, Paulinho, Javi Simeon, Koulibaly, and Kota. Now for Arsenal brought in Kepa, Zubimendi, Christian Nogard, Noni Madueke, Eberechi Eze, Nkapi, this one Nkapi be named himself, Mosquera, and Gyökeres. Now for Liverpool brought in Frimpong, Vase, Kekes, Pexi, Leoni, Ekitike, Isak, Gioji, and they almost brought in Gui, but then the deal failed. So now I will be rating this team's transfer from 6th to 1st. For me, my number 6 goes to Manchester City because I feel Manchester City needed to bring in a central defender and a right back. Okay, after they lost Akanji and Walker in this transfer window, so they would have just replaced them. Playing Nunes Mendes, what's his name, in that right wing position, in that right back position, is not giving them that vibe they want. Okay, so they would have brought in a right back, mostly a right back. So I will give them the number 6. Then the number 5 goes to Manchester United. I expected Manchester United to bring in a good defensive ball carrier. But then, I know they went for Baleba, but the deal did not go through. So I won't really rate their transfer, though they make good signings when it comes to that attacking position. So I'll give them the number 5. Then my number 4 goes to Chelsea. I know some people will say, this one with Chelsea, they're number 4. Yes, I expected Chelsea to tackle their defense more. Their attack delivered more goals last season. Their attack scored a lot of goals last season. So I expected them to bring in a good central back, an experienced central back, and a good keeper to give Sanchez, at least, to make Sanchez competitive, to give Sanchez a good competition in that position of the goalkeeper. So then they did not bring in a good defender. I know they brought in Hato. Hato was a substitute for Cucurella. I know he can also play central back, but they needed more experienced defender and also a good keeper. Then the third for me is Spurs. Now, Spurs did a lot of good business. A lot of good business. I give them kudos. This is one of the transfer window that Spurs has made some kind of high signings that people did not expect. Now, Spurs defense is very good. They have a good defense. Now, they brought in Paulinho to strengthen that defensive midfield. And they brought in a lot of good attacking players. Javi Simeon, Kudus, and also signing Koulibaly. I was shocked seeing Koulibaly in that team. Oh boy. Spurs will really cook this season. They did a lot of good business. So, number 2 goes to Arsenal. Arsenal brought in a lot of good players. I know they said their problem was striking. They brought in Gyökeres and they brought in they brought in a lot of players. Every position, Arsenal strengthened every position in this transfer window. But then, the quality of players they brought in, I know they brought in some good quality of players, but then Liverpool's quality of players, I rate them higher than Arsenal's own. So I give Arsenal the number 2. They did a lot of good business. Then my number 1 goes to Liverpool. Despite the fact that they did not get Gui off the line. But I know they still signed this Leoni. He's also a good defender. Okay? And they brought in the likes of Isak and Ekitike in one team. We all know that Isak in the Premier League is one of the best strikers. If you can't Erling Haaland now in that striking position, you can't Isak next. Okay? So Liverpool did a lot of good business. But then, we are just judging based on what we see. But the end of the season will determine the team that did the best business so far. Anyway, let's see how the season will be. It is what it is.